Take a mouse-sized mammal and hand its biology four problems that medicine has spent a century failing to solve. Problem 1. Cancer. The runaway division of the body's own cells. The failure mode that kills rodents in labs so reliably, it's practically the default cause of death. Problem 2. Suffocation. A mammal brain without oxygen begins dying in minutes. There is no workaround. That's the deal warm-blooded metabolism signed. Problem 3. Chronic pain. An environment that constantly triggers the body's alarm systems, draining energy into a signal that helps nothing. Problem 4. Aging itself. The rising curve of mortality that every mammal studied obeys, where each year of life makes the next one statistically less likely. Now here's the remarkable thing. There is one animal, a wrinkled, nearly blind, thumb-sized digger from East Africa that has functioning solutions to all four, not partial answers, working machinery, installed and running, for problems we consider unsolved. Today on Nature's Finest, the naked mole rat, taken apart mechanism by mechanism, because this channel's whole belief is that the machinery is always more beautiful than the mystery. And this animal is 4 machines deep. Let's open it up. Machine 1, the double break. How you build a cancer-proof cell. Cancer, at its core, is a breaking failure. Your cells carry stop signals that halt division when tissue gets crowded, a mechanism called contact inhibition. Tumors happen when those breaks fail, and division runs on regardless. Across decades of research involving thousands of naked mole rats in labs worldwide, confirmed cancers number a bare handful. In a rodent. That's not luck. That's engineering. And researchers have found part of the blueprint. Mole rat cells slam their brakes far earlier and far more firmly than ours, an extreme hair-trigger version of contact inhibition. Get slightly crowded, stop completely. And one key component is a molecule you actually have too, hyaluronan, part of the scaffolding between cells. The mole rat's version is unusually massive, and that heavyweight form appears to reinforce the stop signal, wiring the brake down twice. Same parts as us, different settings. That's the theme of this entire animal. Machine 2, the fuel switch. 18 minutes without oxygen. Your cells burn glucose, and the machinery that extracts serious energy from it requires oxygen. Cut the supply, and the brain, the most expensive organ, starts failing within minutes. Every mammal lives one breath hold away from this cliff, except one. In laboratory conditions, naked mole rats have endured total oxygen deprivation for around 18 minutes and recovered without apparent damage. They survive low oxygen air that would kill a human outright. The mechanism is the kind of thing that makes biologists laugh out loud when they first hear it. When oxygen runs out, the mole rat's cells switch fuel, from glucose to fructose, burned through a pathway that plants use, present but essentially dormant in other mammals. The animal downshifts its entire metabolism into an emergency mode that doesn't need the missing ingredient, idles there through the crisis, and shifts back when air returns. A backup fuel system in a mammal, installed by evolution because the crowded, badly ventilated tunnels it lives in run out of good air routinely, and the lineage that couldn't cope isn't here anymore. Machine 3, the silenced alarm, pain that carries no signal. Those same tunnels are rich in carbon dioxide, which makes tissue acidic. Acid triggers pain in mammals. So does capsaicin, the burn in chili peppers, using overlapping wiring. An ordinary mammal living in mole rat tunnels would spend its entire life with the acid alarm ringing. Ring an alarm forever, and it stops being information. It's just a cost. So evolution did the efficient thing. In naked mole rats, part of the wiring that carries those specific pain signals has been modified. acid on the skin, capsaicin, the exact chronic triggers of tunnel life. No response. Note the precision, because it's the beautiful part. This is not a broken pain system, which would be a death sentence. An animal needs to feel injury. It's a selective mute on precisely the channels that would otherwise never stop firing. Not a sledgehammer. A sound engineer's fix. Machine 4, the flat curve, aging off schedule. A mouse of the same size lives 2 to 3 years. Naked mole rats live into their 30s, roughly 10 times past their weight class. But the strangest number isn't the lifespan, it's the shape of the risk. In virtually every mammal studied, the chance of dying climbs steeply with age. Each birthday makes the next less likely. That climb is so universal, it's treated as close to a law of biology. In naked mole rats, across most of their long lives, the curve stays remarkably flat. They do age. The queen's fertility does eventually decline. The machinery of decay does run. It just runs astonishingly slowly. Slowly enough that this species is now one of the most intensely studied animals in the entire science of aging. And the honest scientific position is worth stating plainly. Nobody fully understands Machine 4 yet. The double brake, the fuel switch, the quiet pain wiring may all be parts of it, along with unusually stable proteins and repair systems still being mapped. It is the least understood of the four, and the one with the biggest prize attached. The honest caveat, because this channel never sells mystery as magic. Naked mole rats are not immortal. They die of infection, injury, colony violence, and eventually old age. Nearly everything we know comes from laboratory colonies, since watching biology operate in wild tunnels underground is close to impossible. And knowing a mechanism exists is not the same as being able to borrow it. The road from mole rat cells do this to any human application. If this one rewired something, the next episode is its perfect companion. The brain switch that assigns honeybees their jobs, and the experiment that reversed it. Same lesson, different machine. That video's on your screen right now, and the full series is linked in the description below. Subscribe to Nature's Finest for the mechanisms behind the marvels every week. And tell me in the comments, of the four machines, the cancer brake, the fuel switch, the silenced alarm, or the flat curve, which one would you want medicine to crack first? Argue for your pick. See you in the next one.